Thank you for joining us today. Whenever you're set, you're welcome to start with your opening statement.
Okay, injury front, JOK still getting some more information on that foot injury, so I'll update you guys later in the week. Omari is dealing with that hip injury. He's day to day working through it. Battled yesterday. Yesterday, like we talked about after the game, very disappointing. Obviously, to go down there and not come away with a victory. You put a lot of effort into this thing, and the guys played hard, but it wasn't good enough yesterday. That's frustrating. But we know this. We know we play Saturday in front of our crowd, division opponent. So that's really where our focus has to go. It really has to turn quickly. So that's what we're doing. With that, I'll take any questions.
Thanks, Coach. The first question will be from Tom Withers.
Thanks, Rob. Hey, thanks, Kevin. As far as JOK, does it look like it's going to be a couple of weeks? Do you have any idea of the extent of the injury?
Yeah, still awaiting final confirmation, Tom. So I just want to wait till I get that before I say.
I respect that. In terms of DeSean yesterday, what improvements did you like most? Where did he make the biggest strides yesterday?
Yeah, I thought he definitely made strides. I think that's part of, like we've talked about, being away and then having that first game, getting that one out of the way. And then the second one, I did think you saw some improvements in decisions, improvements in technique, footwork, all those type of things. Just making sure that all those game reps he keeps adding on to what he's doing.
Thank you, Tom. Scott Petrick has our next question.
Hey, Kevin, with DeSean, the TV broadcast showed a couple of plays where he looked like he had guys open over the middle in the first half and either didn't see him or didn't throw it. Is that just part of him getting more comfortable on the field and in your system? Yeah.
And, you're going to miss throws. You're going to miss a couple reads. That's every quarterback. That's going to happen too. But I think, getting more comfortable and then just playing on time. I think that's so much of this game is playing on time, listening to your feet. And he did that a few times, and it was very, very well done yesterday.
And we talked about the 4th and 1 a little bit after the game, but is it just you like the threat of the quarterback sneak with Jacoby? Is that kind of the basis for that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the basis of it. There's things that we can do that he's been good at in short yardage that we feel like that gives us an advantage. Obviously, frustrated in the result there and always looking at what we can do better, what I can do better. But that is obviously the idea behind it.
Thank you, Scott. Mary Kay Cabot will have our next question.
Yeah, Kevin, just, in reading everything today and listening to everything, people seem to want to run you out of town today for what happened on the 4th and 1 and some other things that went on in the game. So I always ask this to Joe Woods whenever people are coming after him. Just are you aware of that? How do you feel about it? And what might you say about the job that you're doing and did yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of that goes with the territory, Mary Kay. As you can imagine, I kind of keep the focus on what I can control, what's going on in our building, those type of things. So always looking for ways to improve, always looking for ways to put our guys in position to succeed. That's what I have to do.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mary Kay. Jeff Shadell, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, I've asked you about this before, but yesterday the Bengals really did a good job of bottling up your running game. And so what kind of consistent problems have you seen when that hasn't worked in several games now this season?
Yeah, I think it's always a combination of things, Jeff. I think first, like I told you guys yesterday, you got to give them credit. They did a nice job. They won a few of their one-on-one matchups yesterday. That's historically a front and a scheme that we've had some success in the run game with utilizing some of those schemes. It didn't happen yesterday. So we got to make sure that we look at it and things that we'll do differently the next time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Tony Grossi, you're up.
Hey, Kevin, according to today's NFL stats, the Browns are 18 of 33 on 4th down conversions. 33 is the most in the league, the attempts. So why is the organization so gung-ho on 4th down plays?
Yeah, I think for me, Tony, it's just trying to put our guys in position to make a play, stay on the field, convert, potential 3s into 7s. it's a philosophy that I believe in. We're going to try to be aggressive, and I think our players understand that we're trying to be smart while being aggressive.
Okay, so do you consider those turnover on downs to be turnovers? That's 15 turnovers there.
Yeah, and I think you can look at it in either way, Tony. And I think it's a fair question, but what you're also looking at opportunities for points in those situations.
Let's go to Matt Fontana.
Yeah, Kevin, I know Jeff kind of asked you about the run game, but the offensive line just in general, it seemed to be a strength. It doesn't seem to be that right now. Just what are some of the issues if the offensive line is having issues, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think any issues are issues that we're having together. It's it's always never one position. So can we play better? Yes, we can. But we got to make sure that we give our guys an opportunity to go play fast, and we'll make sure we look at those things today.
And then obviously with game 2 with DeSean, did you see a big jump in his play? I mean, obviously the stat lines were better. Didn't see as many errant throws. Did you see the jump that maybe you guys were hoping for from game 1 to game 2?
Yeah, I don't know about jump. I just progression. I want, and he wants to continue to get better with more game reps. And I think you saw at times he was really comfortable and was playing on time and let it rip and did a really nice job. So looking to build on that.
Thanks, Matt. Darrell Ryder, you're next.
Yeah, Coach, I wanted to ask you about all the penalties you got yesterday, especially there in the first half. But was all said and done, 9 penalties for almost 100 yards. Then that's pretty much the length of a football field there. How would you classify those penalties? Obviously, physical mistakes are going to happen throughout the course of the game. Would you characterize those as physical mistakes or more so lack of discipline mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, really, we had that string there with the roughing the punter, then hands to the face, which negated a sack, and then DPI, all that came almost consecutively. So that's frustrating, obviously. Are they physical mistakes? Yeah, they're physical, and that's part of playing football and trying to play fast. Tony understands that you can't run into the punter. That was a mistake, but it's not for lack of effort. But we have to be better there. We can't put ourselves in that position when we're about to get the ball. So those happen in football. We have to overcome them.
And, obviously one of the advantages with DeSean is his mobility, his ability to extend plays, make plays with his feet and things like that. And I think I asked you something along these lines last week, but I want to ask it again. Does his, because you guys do so much pulling in the run game, does his style of play have you guys maybe thinking about how you guys run some of those schemes and games up front with the offensive line to help him out more and also at the same time marry them with his style?
Are you saying in the run game, Darrell?
Yeah.
I think that's an evolution of what we're trying to do. Add some elements of things that DeSean has done, things that fit him, but it's all within the framework of things that we've also done. So where you're pulling the guard and the tackle, we've done that, just not with the quarterback per se. So you're not wholesale changing what you do. You're just trying to add a few different elements to ultimately just try to put the defense in a bind. I think that's what you see from a lot of teams that are running similar schemes, is you're trying to just make the defensive end make a decision, make a off the ball linebacker make a decision.
Thank you, Darrell. Fred Greetham, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, you talked about the struggles offensive line recently. Is Michael Dunn an option to come back this week? And if so, is he or do you see any other moves on the offensive line that you could try?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet on Michael. I know he's getting better, spending some time getting better in rehab. We'll look at all those type of things, Fred, but with this being, a short week, we'll see who we have available to us as this week progresses.
Thank you, Fred. Let's go back to Scott Petrick.
Hey, Kevin, it seemed like you went with a lot more 3 wides than the multiple tight ends yesterday. Is that because DeSean is more comfortable in those formations?
No, I wouldn't say that, Scott. I think really each game, depending on what you're expecting from the defense, really dictates where we go with our personnel.
And do you think that factored into the run game struggles at all? That you went from the 2 tights to the 3 wides?
No, I don't think so. We've had plenty of success running the ball out of 3 wides.
Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. Tony Grossi, go ahead.
Kevin, just to follow up on the 4th down play, was Harrison Bryant supposed to be on that play?
No, I mean, throughout the course of the game, you'll have guys that come on and come off for various reasons, but him not being out there was not the cause of us not converting on that play. So both those guys had rep that play. It wasn't like it was one guy over the other.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Mary Kay Cabot, back to you.
Yeah, Kevin, when it came time for DeSean to come back from his suspension, did you guys make the decision that no matter what, hands down, he was going to start the final 6 games as long as he was healthy? And I'm just asking because heading into that Bengals game, were you super confident that he was the quarterback that was going to give you the best chance to win that football game?
Yes. Yeah. He's our starting quarterback, Mary Kay. I'm encouraged with how he played yesterday. He's going to continue to get better, and I think we'll continue to get better as an offense with him.